So here's the deal. I know that we just did a closet clean out video, like, I wanna say like a month ago, but I've been buying so much vintage stuff and keeping so much for myself that I decided today to do another closet clean out. It's gonna be mostly vintage stuff. Like just this pile is stuff that I kept for myself from yesterday. Like Larry Boy, Xena, this is insane. Look at this Adidas piece. Like how could I not keep that, right? Anyway, so the idea for today's video is to go through my personal closet, and I'm just gonna go through everything and pick out a bunch of stuff that I don't really wear anymore or I don't really want anymore. And I'll also pick out some of my favorite pieces right now to show you guys, and I'll explain to you like why they're worth money and how to tell that they're vintage as well, because we get that question all the time. Like what makes one t-shirt worth $5 and one t-shirt worth $100? So I'll explain that to you, and I'm gonna pick out some cool stuff to show you, and then I'm also gonna pick out some stuff that I don't like or I'm not wearing right now. And I figured I could just make a stack of that, and then at the end of this video, I'm gonna go through all that stuff. And what I decided to do to make it easier is I'm going to take some pictures of all of the items that I'm getting rid of out of my personal closet. I'm gonna throw them up on rallyroots.com/shop. And if you guys are interested in buying them, I'll price them at under retail. So it's not gonna be like resellable prices. You're not gonna be able to buy it for 20 bucks and flip it for 60. But I'll price it under what it's currently selling for on like eBay or Depop. But we should find some cool stuff today. Going through vintage, let's go see what we can find. See, this is what I'm talking about. I just have stuff like all over the place. Tommy shirts and Grateful Dead tees. Just like $100 t-shirts just in piles, not even being taken care of. So this is why I need to clean out my closet. Look at all this. My closet is packed to the gill, so I need to consolidate some of this and get rid of a few pieces. So I've sorted a bunch of my vintage t-shirts into two piles. This pile here, there's 11 t-shirts. These are the ones that I'm willing to let go of. So I'll go through this pile and show you everything in here. All of this stuff will be on sale on our website. And then this is like my favorite personal stuff right now. So let's take this pile into the other room and go through it all. All right, so check it out. These are my personal favorite pieces. None of these are for sale, not right now anyway, probably not for a while, but these are my personal favorite pieces I have right now. So we'll start with, you guys know I love Dragon Ball Z, super cool Gotenks t-shirts. This one isn't even technically vintage, I think. It's from 2003. So, but I just love this one, Gotenks. That's the front, that's the back. Super cool shirt. And then speaking of Dragon Ball Z, this one is 90s. I think this one's 98. This one, yeah, 1998. Love the graphic on the back of this one. I just like the older Dragon Ball Z t-shirts because the front of them's like always super simple, and then the back of them's like a crazy graphic. I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. So those are my two favorite Dragon Ball Z pieces right now. You guys know I'm really into all over prints at the moment, and this is one of my favorite Disney pieces. Massive mega print Star Tours on the Disney tag. This is actually one of my favorite t-shirts in general, just because I love the graphic, and it goes all the way around to the back too. So I wear this one a lot. And then we got the Donkey Kong 64 mega print as well. This one's front and back. I like this one because the back's faded. The front is like pretty crispy still, but the back is all faded. And these shirts are cool, but they are big. They made them one size fits all, so they're pretty massive shirts. But I don't mind that. I still think it's a pretty sweet shirt. So there's that one, and then another favorite Disney shirt of mine, the Lion King all over print. I really wish this one wrapped around to the back, but it's just on the front. Still a really cool graphic though. Another Donkey Kong shirt. I like this one because it's more subtle. So you've got the huge mega print Donkey Kong shirts, but this is also Donkey Kong 64, but it's a much more subtle graphic. It's one of my favorite games, Donkey Kong for the N64. And then I just got this shirt. It's actually kind of dirty. It's got mochi hairs all over it, so it needs to be washed. But I just got this shirt at ThriftCon, and it's amazing. 1999 Sailor Moon, big graphic shirt. This one's awesome. I've already had people offer me like 150 bucks for this shirt, but for now it's staying in my closet, and probably for a while staying in my closet. This shirt I got in a trade. I wasn't totally sure about this one. It's liquid blue, I think 1993. Like I said, I've seen this shirt often. I wasn't sure when I got it if I was gonna keep it or sell it, but the back graphic is super cool. And I wore it to the Renaissance Festival, and it's like the perfect shirt to wear to the Ren Fest. So I like it. I'm gonna keep it because it fits me well and I like it for those type of events. So there's a few Grateful Dead shirts in my collection right now. I've kind of been buying the bear shirts. I like the Grateful Dead bear shirts. This is a recent pickup of mine. I think I got this at ThriftCon as well. So this is like the parachuting bears. I believe this is also 93. So yeah, right now my style with vintage t-shirts is all over prints or mega prints and crazy graphics. I like t-shirts that pop, stand out a bit. So there's that one. Oh, another one that I just got recently. This one I paid up for. I paid 100 bucks for this t-shirt, but it's awesome. Godzilla, King of the Monsters promo tee on the back and the huge Godzilla face on the front. I love this. This might be like one of my favorite t-shirts right now. I've only worn it one time. But it's really, really cool. This is one of like the most unique t-shirts I have, I think. So it's the sun and moon. It's usually on a liquid blue tag, but this one I liked because it's printed on my favorite tag, a Fruit of the Loom tag. And I like this particular Fruit of the Loom year because I just feel like the shirts fit me really well. So that's the sun and moon shirt. And this shirt is also being reprinted a lot, so if you're looking for it and you want the true vintage one, just be aware of that. It is being reprinted quite a bit. Another recent pickup of mine, I actually saw this particular t-shirt at ThriftCon, but I didn't buy it there, and then I got home and I was like, man, I really wish I had bought that shirt. So Ben, my younger brother, actually reached out to them for me and was like, hey, do you still have that shirt? And he made a deal. So I also paid, I think, 100 bucks for this t-shirt, but I absolutely love it. Also one of my favorites in the collection right now, front and back. Huge Marvin the Martian print t-shirt. Super cool. And then this Marvin the Martian shirt I've actually had for a while. This is another one that I actually got from my younger brother, shout out Ben. But this one's awesome because you've got the Marvin the Martian, Acme, and the Lunatic Streetwear on the front with the big all over print. And then same thing, it goes around to the back as well. It's funny, you can definitely see like a theme to the vintage shirts that I personally wear. And then just a kind of classic MC Escher, the black one. I have the white one too, but I like the black one more. MC Escher, both sides, all over print t-shirt. Another Grateful Dead shirt, another pickup from my brother, Ben. So Grateful Dead roller coaster t-shirt. This is the perfect one to like wear to Busch Gardens or wear to theme parks when they reopen again. But again, true vintage, 93, liquid blue shirt. And this one is kind of thrash, like there's holes and stuff in it, but with the Dead t-shirts, I don't really care about that. I think it's kind of like part of the style of the shirts. So I have another Grateful Dead shirt that's like holes all in it that I got at Round 2 a little while ago, but I don't mind it if shirts have holes in them. I know some people are picky about that, but I don't care. Another recent pickup, also an all over graphic, like the print is all over the shirt and then there's just this zebra print in the front. But I liked it because it's South Africa and that's where I was born. Another Grateful Dead t-shirt. This is the Ship of Fools one. I've actually been looking for the shirt for a while. I got this one recently, again, 1993. I got this one recently from Junkman Doug, so shout out Junkman Doug. That's the back of it. We live in Tampa and there's always like the Gasparilla pirate festivals. So it's kind of, I wanted this shirt because it kind of reminded me of Tampa and Gasparilla, so that's why I got that one. I have a lot of Grateful Dead t-shirts right now, so here's another one. This is a mountain biking Grateful Dead shirt. I've had this one for a while. I like mountain biking. It says Dead Treads on the back. I actually personally, like, I have a bike and I go biking. Yes, there's actual mountain bike trails in Florida. Some really good ones actually. But again, vintage, that's the vintage, true vintage liquid blue tag. Oh, here's the one I was talking about that has holes all in it that I got from round 2. So another Grateful Dead t-shirt, but you can see like there's holes. Holes all in this shirt. But again, it doesn't really matter because I feel like it kind of goes with the theme of this shirt as well. I really like this one, actually. I wear this one a lot too. I want to say I paid like $40 for it at round 2 in Miami. Another one of my favorite shirts right now. I've been looking for this shirt forever and I finally got it like a couple weeks ago. This is such a cool all over print Indiana Jones t-shirt, and I think it's on the Fruit of the Loom tag as well. Yeah, on the Fruit of the Loom tag, Indiana Jones all over print on the front and the back. Love this shirt. I think I got it in a lot of 2 Indiana Jones shirts. The other one is actually for sale. I'm gonna put the other one up for sale on our website. But this one I had to keep because, like I said, I've been looking for it for a while for a good deal, and the deal finally came up, so I popped on it. Another Grateful Dead tee, just a classic one. Nothing too crazy. These ones come up quite often. This one's from 1994. It's one of the summer tour t-shirts. There's that. This shirt, I actually wasn't sure if I was gonna keep it or not, but it came and I tried it on. It fits me really well, and I actually ended up really liking it. So it's this Betty Boop all over big print t-shirt. And this is on a Betty Boop tag, but it also is on the Fruit of the Loom tag, which I thought was pretty neat. And I like this shirt because not only the graphic, but it's so thin. It's like really thin. It fits me nicely. So sometimes I'm not even like a huge Betty Boop fan, but sometimes for me it's more about like the fit and the feel of the shirt. And then last but not least, I have a couple of the Donkey Kong N64 ones, but here's the Super Nintendo one. Also a massive mega print. This one I think also came from round 2, and I think I also bought it from Ben. I think he got it from round 2 and then I bought it from my brother. And I believe it was dead stock when I got it because the graphic on this thing is just like, it's so clean. And the tag was like, you know when you get a shirt that you think's dead stock and the tag is like super crispy before you wash it? That's what this one felt like. So I'm pretty sure it wasn't ever worn, but it's been worn now. And it's also one of my favorite shirts to wear just because it's like such a crazy in-your-face shirt. Anyway, those are my favorite shirts in my t-shirt collection right now. And yeah, like I said, I think there might be like 14 shirts now that I pulled out that I'm gonna throw up on the website for sale. So I'm gonna go grab those shirts and I'll show you which ones they are. Okay, I just wanted to pause the video really quick because I said that I would show you guys some examples of what makes a t-shirt vintage and what makes a vintage t-shirt actually valuable. So I have 3 t-shirts here. Both of these are vintage. This one is not vintage. So let me show you just a few things on these shirts. When it comes to identifying a vintage t-shirt, there's really 3 main things that you want to look out for: the stitching on the shirt, the tag on the shirt, and is there a date? Now, just because the shirt has one or more of those things doesn't necessarily mean that it is vintage, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So let's take this Grateful Dead shirt as the first example. So first thing is the tag. Now when I'm looking at the tag, the one main thing that stands out that means that the shirt could be vintage is if it says made in the USA. So you can see this is a liquid blue tag. It says made in the USA, and it says it on the back here as well. Now, just because a t-shirt is made in the USA doesn't necessarily mean that it is vintage, but that's one good indicator that the shirt could be vintage. So next is the stitching. People ask us all the time what it means when we say a shirt is single stitch. So I'm going to show you right now. It's very simple. It just means that there is one line of stitching. So this is the sleeve, one line of stitching on the sleeve, and here's the bottom of the shirt. See how there's just one single line? So that's another good indicator that the shirt could be vintage. Now, just because the shirt is single stitch doesn't mean that it is vintage. Take this Cause shirt, for example. This is not a vintage t-shirt. One dead giveaway that it's not vintage is it has a screen printed tag. But I wanted to show you this shirt because if you look at the sleeve, it is single stitch. So there's only one line of stitching. So there are still new era shirts that are made single stitch. And again, just because a shirt is not single stitch does not mean that it is not vintage. This DK shirt, you can see, is double stitch. 2 lines of stitching. But this shirt is 100% vintage. And how you tell on this shirt is mainly by the tag. So this is a vintage tag. Nintendo made in the USA. That's how you would tell on this shirt that it is a true vintage t-shirt. And then going back to the Grateful Dead t-shirts, I think I said earlier that this one was 1993. It's actually 1995. And that's the third thing that you want to look out for on vintage t-shirts is sometimes there's a date stamp. So you can see right here it says 1995 Grateful Dead. So look out for a date stamp as well. And what makes t-shirts like this more desirable than others and more valuable than others is, well, one, it's old. So a lot of the shirts that were made back then are just no longer around. So there's a limited supply because a lot of them were destroyed or thrown away. And then the other thing is people collect certain graphics or certain genres of t-shirts. So like this is a cool graphic and it's related to the music, Grateful Dead. So the graphics, the age, and like the content of the shirt matter. So like this one, it has the age going for it, and then it also has the Nintendo theme and the Donkey Kong theme going for it. So the more things a t-shirt has to get people attached to it, the better and the more valuable it typically will be. So anyway, that's how to date and authenticate vintage t-shirts. All right, I'm back. So I counted them out. I actually have a total of 14 shirts that I'm gonna be selling. Like I said, if you're interested in any of these t-shirts, they're gonna be up on rallyroots.com/shop. I'll put a link in the description of this video. Pretty much all of them will be under the value of them. So we'll give you deals obviously on there because these are just shirts that are from my personal collection that I don't really want anymore. Some of them will be like lower priced items and some of them will be more expensive because there are some expensive shirts in here. But go check it out. All the prices and everything will be up there. I'm gonna take pictures of all the shirts and I'll throw them up on the website. Also, I think most of these t-shirts are like a large or an extra large because that's what I wear. I don't think there's any smalls or mediums, unfortunately. But yeah, mostly larges and extra larges. So here we go. We'll start off on the All Sport 1993 tag. Beavis and Butthead t-shirt. It is dated at the bottom here, MTV 1993. It is single stitch. I think this one has a couple holes. Yeah, there's a couple holes in it at the bottom over here. But overall, not in terrible condition and pretty nice shirt. This one's pretty crazy. I don't know if you guys remember Duke Nukem, but this is a Duke Extreme shirt. It's on the legit tag. This shirt is reprinted, so just make sure it is on the right tag. But it's a great shirt. It just didn't fit me. So I'm gonna throw it up for sale. Another cool shirts. This is actually on the Sesame Street tag and it's Elmo. Look at that, Elmo. I just loved it. I thought it was pretty cool. Elmo hockey on the back as well. I wore this shirt a few times. I just don't really wear it that much anymore, but it is made in the USA. It's a size extra large. And it's a pretty sweet shirt. This one isn't that expensive either. This shirt, I love the graphic on it. I don't know anything about the artist. I believe I actually bought this shirt on eBay a while ago. I've worn it one time and for some reason I just haven't worn it again. Maybe I didn't like the way that it fit me, but I thought it was a really cool shirt. It's on the old Fruit of the Loom tag. It's dated December 21st, 1987. But yeah, it's just a cool graphic. There's the artist down there, Gian, but it kind of reminded me like a bit of Keith Haring, that kind of style of art, but I don't know. I thought it was cool. This one won't be that expensive either. Nothing on the back. This was actually one of my favorite shirts for a while, just because I've never seen another shirt like it. It's a 94 World Cup West Germany shirt, front and back, in super, super good condition. I just thought it was a unique graphic. Like I said, I haven't come across this shirt before, so this one won't be incredibly cheap, but we'll make sure you get a good deal. That classic 1998 Macho Man t-shirt. I love this one. It just doesn't fit me as well as it used to. I lost a little bit of weight, so great classic wrestling shirt. Next up, we have a Elton John Captain Fantastic shirt. The graphic on this thing is ridiculous. This is a size extra large on the Anvil tag and Captain Fantastic on the back as well. Another shirt that I think is really cool, and it's on my favorite tag, that old Fruit of the Loom tag. I don't know why, I just haven't worn it. I don't wear white shirts that often, so maybe that's why, but I like this one because it's the Beatles on the front, just a little small graphic, and then the back is that really big Beatles graphic. And it's 1987 Apple. As far as Beatles shirts goes, I think it's a pretty cool one. Next up, we have a Budweiser t-shirt. I like this one because the graphics are, again, kind of unique. You've got the big Budweiser race boat on the front, And then the back graphic is also pretty cool. It says, "This Bud's for you, Budweiser." This one does have a couple holes in the front of it, but it's an old shirt. That's to be expected. Oh, so here's the white MC Escher shirt I was talking about. This one's back and front. This is a size large, but it fits a bit snug, I would say, for a large. But overall, really nice classic MC Escher shirt. Dated 91, really nice graphics. If you're looking for a good quality MC Escher shirt that's not too expensive, I would say this is probably gonna be a good one. I'm kinda gonna hate to see this shirt go, but it's just a bit too big on me. On the blue grape tag, dated 1999, it is a James Bond 007 with Pierce, huge on the front of it. The world is not enough. This is such a good shirt. I actually thrifted this one from a Goodwill, and I loved this shirt for a while, but like I said, it's just a bit too big for me now. And then here's the other Indiana Jones shirt I have, dated 1989 on the Hanes Beefy tag. Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade. This is a smaller one too. It's a size large, but again, more of like a snug fit on this one, but great graphic, white t-shirt, but in really good condition. So that one will go up for sale as well. Another classic t-shirt, 1998. Goldberg. I love wrestling shirts. This one's cool. I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. I literally never wore this shirt. You can see the Goodwill tag is, it's still on it. Like, I don't know why, I just never wore this shirt. So. And then last but not least, probably the coolest shirt that's up for sale, huge print Grateful Dead Statue of Liberty bear shirt. So that's the front of it. That is the back of it. Grateful Dead from coast to coast. The only reason I'm selling this shirt is because it's just a little bit too short on me. So it's kind of like a boxier fit. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a bigger shirt and it's a bit shorter. So for me, it just doesn't work, but it's an amazing graphic. I love it, but hopefully it goes to the right home. And that's everything, guys. That's 14 shirts that are gonna go up for sale. I'll leave a link again in the description of this video. If you're interested, go check it out and buy them. All you're doing is help support my habit of buying more vintage shirts. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite shirt was that you saw in today's video. And as always, I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch our video. So thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.